Okay, so the internet has never and will never steer you guys wrong, right? About anything? Wrong. So we all know there's a lot of like DIY face masks on Pinterest that are always a good idea. All of them, right?
Yes.
Wrong. So I want to help clear up some of the more common misconceptions going around about skincare. My whole life I've wondered about skincare because I've always had issues with it. So I just want to share a few of the more helpful things that I've learned. First, I want to talk about the common misconceptions, the most common mistakes that people make, and then I'm going to show you what a basic routine should look like, and then I'm going to show you a few of my favorite products that I found. So first, one of the big common mistakes that I learned about was, growing up in 17 magazine, it always said, wash your face with hot water, it'll open up your pores first. That's actually wrong. That'll dehydrate your skin, leading to oilier skin. You actually want to use lukewarm water on your face. That's going to be a lot more gentle on it. And then exfoliation. So you really don't want to use like physical exfoliation. That's a big thing. So like think of like St. Ives apricot scrub. That's little tiny walnut shells you're rubbing into your skin, creating micro tears, which can lead to infection. So I don't recommend that one. And over time, it can also turn your skin really thin and papery. So one good thing to do instead would be chemical exfoliation. So if you look in some of your products, you'll probably see like an AHA, which is an alpha hydroxy acid, or a BHA, which is beta hydroxy acid. And those are going to be a lot more gentle. And they're basically going to loosen the bonds on the cells of your skin. So they're going to do it all for you. And they're anti-aging, which the St. Ives isn't. And then a lot of people are picking the natural stuff without researching. It's like, oh, it's all natural, it's going to be great. Well, not everything that is natural is great. The U.S. Department of Health came out with a paper that said, natural isn't always safer. And it makes sense to me because arsenic is a chemical found in nature, but it's poison, right? So, here we go. Let me see if I can get this to work. So these are just the three things I wanted to go over. And this is what happens when you put baking soda on your face. So baking soda and lemon juice are two of those natural products, but you want to really be careful because even though they're natural, they're not great for your skin. This guy got a chemical burn from a baking soda mask. So if you look on this next one, this is the pH scale. So this is the acidity of your face, and this is what it should be. It should be in this range. This is healthy, balanced skin equals great looking skin. Baking soda is a 9. Lemon juice is a 2. So you can see the issues that they would cause. So you really want to make sure to keep it in this range. And a good way to do that is going to be with your basic routine. So first I would look at the cleanser. So this cleanser is really great, but I just realized it's actually too drying for me. So you need to make sure that it is your skin type. So if you guys know your skin type, make sure to get something for that. Just because it's like, oh, it's really strong, a lot of people like it, that might be too strong for your face. So you want to start out with your basic cleanser. So I was using this one for a long time because it just pulled all my makeup off really, really well, so I loved it. But recently I've realized, after my research, that you do not want your skin to feel tight after washing it. And I was always like, oh, it feels so good, it's like tight, it's clean. That actually means that you're drying it out. So you want to find something a little bit more gentle for your skin. So if you use this and it doesn't feel tight, then you're probably good. And then number 2, so for a toner. So toner is really just going to be, it's going to balance out the pH of your skin. So like we said, you want to keep your skin in that pH level of the 4.5 to 6.5. So this is going to balance it out, and what that means is that anything you put on after that is going to be able to work because it has to be in a certain pH level for those things to work. So that's what you're doing, and just make sure there's no alcohol in it because that's just drying. And then number 3, moisturizer. Even people with oily skin, because a lot of people with oily skin don't use moisturizer, which is just making their skin more dehydrated, which is just gonna produce more oil and more oil. So you need to be using moisturizer every morning and night. One thing with moisturizer is you want to make sure that water is the first ingredient. And then 2 really helpful things that I always look for is ceramides and hyaluronic acid. And those are going to be both, they're going to draw the humidity into your skin. They're going to plump up your skin, and they're going to keep your skin together, basically. So that's going to be the most important thing, is moisturizer. And then I just wanted to show you guys now a few things that I kind of found. You don't have to spend $300 on a new regimen because, oh, I'm not doing every step. You just don't have to do that. I have found a lot of things that have peer reviews on them, so not just like, oh, a website like Amazon, you know, some of those reviews might be fake. So I found a couple of really good websites, and I can give them to you guys afterwards. But basically, like, these are things that I use every day or want to use every day. Like, this is a really gentle facial cleanser from Vanicream. It's like $8. This is what I say when I say chemical exfoliator, and that's $10. So you guys have a lot of options. You don't have to shop at the drugstore if you don't want to, and if you can't find the right thing. So you want to really be careful. And you can also find the pH levels of everything online, which is super helpful. And then so I wanted to just end and give you guys my favorite tips or my biggest tips, and that's going to be sunscreen. Sunscreen is your biggest advocate, because everything that you do for your skin, if you go out without sunscreen, you're undoing it. So that's going to be your number 1 thing that you want to do. And then moisturizer, there's no such thing, I think, as too much. If you're not breaking out, then keep using it. And then check the pH levels, because if things aren't working, that might be the reason why. So I hope you guys learned something. Thank you for coming.